All right, we are given an array and we need to print it backward. All right, this is the array, this is the output, and this is the number of elements in the array. So we have a couple of things already written for us. N, the input, like how many elements in the array, and the array itself is going to be stripped, right stripped, meaning removing any space on the right of the array, and it's going to be split into every time there is a space in the original array. All right, what we're going to do, we are going to build a for loop. So for I in range, and we want the range n, right? Number, this is going to go through the number of time that correspond to the number of elements in the array. So for I in range n, what are we going to do? We're going to first build a, let's call this backward index. And this backward index is, let me show you. These are the elements in the array. And here we have the index of each element. So this index 0, index 1, and so on. So it starts at 0 and it ends, well, always at n minus 1 since it starts at 0. And what we're going to do with this thing here, we're going to build something that puts the indexes in reverse. All right, so instead of having 0, 1, 2, 3, we're going to have 3, 2, 1, 0 with the indexes. So how we do that? We take n and we subtract 1. Right, this takes us like to the last one, but we need to build the whole array like this way. So we need to do one more thing. For each iteration, we're also going to subtract I, which is the number of the index. So the first iteration, the iteration goes forward. So the first time it's 4, which is n 4, minus 1, which is 3, and minus I, which is going to be 0 the first time. Well, it's 3. So we're going to start with the index 3. It's going to build a sort of backward index, starting with the third index 3. And then we're going to do what? N minus 1, which is 3, minus I, and the second time around I is 1, so we get 2, and so on. Okay, so this is what this backward index thing does. And next, we're going to build the backward array itself. First, I need to mention it here is an empty string, basically, right? And we come here and take this backward array, and what we're going to do with it, we're going to build it. It starts empty, and every iteration of the loop, we're going to tell, okay, go inside the array, like the original array here, and take, well, we want the indexes, but we want the backward indexes. So we're going to use this thing here that is just being built also at the same time. And every time you go inside the array, and what you do at the first iteration, well, you take the last one and then the second from last and so on. And you build this backward array like this. And since every element has to be space separated, we have to come here and just add also this. And then the additional thing we have to do, since we have to return a string, we have to specify that we want a string here. And this is a string anyways, right? Okay, and now, well, now we can just tell print backward array and should be good. All right, so I see a lot of these things here. Oh, there was just a mistake here. I had forgotten this guy here. All right, so the for loop is now correct. And let's go run the code and see what happens. Oh, looks good. All right, let's submit. Come on, come on. Woo! All right, guys, congrats. Have a good one.